Nation Islam and concerned citizens comes together in a rally, a press conference at the Arkansas Department of Corrections headquarters to discuss issues concerning prison reform. Listen live, we're here at Pine Bluff News.
Inmates get it together. But the ADC was blocking. ADC began blocking me at all the units. They closed up. It was Mr. Yancey, who was the chaplain at Varner, that called me 2 months ago. He said to me, "Jihad, I need help. Inmates are crying out for help. I need your help." I said, "Take down my information and run it through NCIC and clear me, and I'll be there to assist you as you ask." The man called me about 45 minutes later. Melancholy, feeling sad. He said, "I tried. They don't want you in." I got a call from the Delta Regional Unit, from Major Lowe, who's known me for many, many years, have seen me transform my life as a young man growing into adulthood. And the man said, "We want you, we need you here." I sent up a list with my name on it and all my NCIC clearance information, and other people who had never been to prison. At the last minute, they denied not only me, but those Muslims who had never been in prison, they denied them from coming in to help those inmates. Why? Only thing we want to know is why. I think with you all taking our taxpayers' money, that's not a hard question to answer. For over a year, we emailed the Arkansas Department of Corrections with reasonable, sensible negotiation dialogue. They wouldn't even respond to our emails. So just tell us why you kicked us out. Tell us why you don't. They would not even respond. And at the last minute, a few days ago, they gave some flimsy response. They said that, well, you know, you didn't put your other name, the name that you had before, you didn't put that on it. That has already been fought in the courts. It's already been fought in the courts. There's a man standing behind me that took it to court and won in the court. But they still want to roll back our civil rights, our civil liberties, and say that they stand for justice. This is wrong. So at this time, I'm going to take questions. We have Channel 11 here, we have Pine Bluff News here, and there are people in the audience. We have concerned citizens. I'm going to take questions because I don't want you to think that we'll come up here and make these statements and not be transparent. We want to be transparent, and we want to ask the ADC to be transparent. So at this time, if anybody have any questions concerning anything that's been said, please, now's the time.
What are the three primary short synopsis, a very small short synopsis? What are the three primary issues that we are looking at, that you are dealing with, that you are trying to bring before the people today?
I hope that the ADC will look at the way they violated their policy in kicking me out. They did not follow protocol. And since they did not follow protocol and they have not revealed a sensible reason in accord with their own policy, reinstate me to go back in and help those people get their lives together. Number one. Number two, there's a court order or court consent decree, Jacob Blue versus the Board of Corrections. It says that the Islamic coordinator has a responsibility to recruit and organize volunteers for the Islamic population. That's 15 prisons. I want them to allow him to do his job. There are certain people that he wants to recruit. If there's no real reason, policy-wise, that they're not a threat to the institution, they haven't violated any policy, let them in. Let them in to help him. He's crying for help to do his job. He can't do his job by himself. He can't be at 15 prisons at one time. He's one man. Allow that man to do his job. Number three, the Final Call newspaper. It has already been fought. I received a newspaper for over a decade in the prison. It helped me. Never caused any problem, never caused a riot, never caused me to be disrespectful to anybody. In fact, it allowed me to help. I was the one in SATP at Varner when none of the other counselors would go because they had wild inmates there that were riding. They called me. They said, "Will you go and help these young people?" I went. I was the one when they brought in new counselors. I trained them. I trained them myself. When they got ready to send inmates home through the pre-release program, it was me that they asked to serve as a pre-release counselor to help get these inmates' life together before I sent them home to you. It was me. All over the state of Arkansas, I traveled throughout the state. I went to churches, I went to schools, I went to colleges, I went to youth organizations with no handcuffs on. I have pictures. I have pictures I can show you. No handcuffs on. Guards with no gun. I have pictures I can show you. And I spoke all over. This is how the people know me from the juvenile center. This is why they call on me now. I spoke there. Jack Roberts School, I was there. UAPB, National Youth Sports Program. Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church, dealing with the Christians. They called for me. Why? Not because we are people who are about division, but we are about bringing the people of God together to do the work of God. Is that right?
That's right.
Don't hinder the work of God.
Two questions.
God is above all of us.
Two questions in one. You know, you said you had three basic synopsis. Two questions in one. On all those different elements that you're dealing with, denying the Islamic brothers from going in, denying the final call, and those three questions, synopsis that you just presented. What are some solutions, and have that been denied to other people? Have other newspapers been denied?
Well, to my knowledge and my history, you have to understand I have a 12-year history of being in prison. I have never known any religious publication to be denied in the prison. The Christians get everything that they need, all the publications. They don't have that. It's only the Muslims. They're the ones that's being denied. And I think that we human beings, just like everybody else, we pay taxes. We believe in God. We believe in helping people. Why should we be treated unfairly? Why? Why should they use our tax dollars to treat us unfairly? Why? Sir, do you have a question?
Well, what specifically prompted this protest today, or news conference?
What specifically prompted was we're still getting calls. We're still getting calls to come to the prison and to help. And when inmates write us and say, look, we need help, we want you to come down and counsel us and talk to us, we don't have a sufficient answer to give them. We don't want to tell them that the ADC is against them being rehabilitated. So we ask that we come today and ask the ADC before you, so that all the citizens will know we're not doing anything behind the scenes, we're not going behind closed doors, that the community will know that we're trying to do the right thing, we're trying to help their family members. And the ADC will know, whether they disregard the emails, they will know about today. And they will know what we'll put on the table, allow us to go in. If there's a legitimate reason, put it in writing. That's the right thing to do. They have an application right now on their desk at East Arkansas Regional. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Do you think you're being denied access simply because you're Muslim?
It appears to be that way. They have not given us any additional information for us to come up to another conclusion. But we have given them the opportunity to explain why. And they have not really given us a good response. I was told by Director Hobbs himself in a phone conversation. He said they were wrong. He said they were wrong for doing that. He said, I have talked to them. Send another application in. I did exactly what he told me to do. I waited for several weeks. I called Chaplain Bray, who was the chaplain at the East Arkansas Regional Unit. So what is the status of the application, sir? He said, it's neither approved or denied. Now you are the media, you called them. Ask them why they want to approve it or deny it. They have no other applications that's been up there that long that is neither approved or denied. Why? See, that's the question. Why? When I pressured him, he told me, well, they really don't want y'all in here. Now, you draw your own conclusion. Who is the y'all that they're talking about?
Why do you feel like that the prison is being biased towards Muslims specifically?
In part, to be honest with you, I think part of it has to do with misunderstanding. Part of it has to do with misunderstanding. The other part has to do with there are certain people who just don't want inmates to be critical thinkers and have the ability to think and be critical thinkers and come out and, to be honest with you, we bring that to the table. We make inmates think critical. You cannot reform an inmate without getting him to be a critical thinker. Because people on the street, if he don't have a job, they would offer him drugs. And he could sell those drugs to make money. So he has to be a critical thinker to wrestle with the vices in society and overcome the vices of society. If you don't want him to be a critical thinker, then he'll go back to come out and commit crimes, and he'll continue to go back. Being a critical thinker, regardless of what your religious faith is, being a critical thinker is what actually allows you to come out and be successful.
That's right.
We encourage inmates, we prompt inmates to be critical thinkers. If an inmate is going against the rules in prison and we have the chance to talk to him, we're going to encourage him to go by the rules. We're not just going to go and throw a lot of scripture at him and quote a whole lot of scripture. We're going to encourage him to do the right thing. Because people quote scripture all the time and they doing the wrong thing.
That's right.
But we're going to encourage that inmate to go by the rules of the institution. When I went into the prison for a year, I never broke one rule. Why? Because I come to set the example for them to follow.
That's right. Okay.
Not like the ADC. I'm not going to see a law there and I'll disregard it. I'm going to go by the rule. And I did that. That's why they did not answer my emails, because they could not tie my being kicked out to violating their rules. If I violated a rule, if I broke a policy or a law, they would have told me. They would have put it in writing and they would have sent it to me. They sent me nothing concerning any rules or laws I violated.
Jihad Muhammad. Citizens of Pine Bluff, Little Rock, Cabot, and other cities protest at the Arkansas Department of Correction headquarters. Pine Bluff News covers live.
We have a responsibility to everybody in the prison, and particularly children that go. You 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, you are a child. You go to that prison, and you should have the opportunity to be redeemed. If you're a Christian, you believe in atonement and redemption. If you're a Muslim, you believe in atonement and redemption. If you're a Jewish person, you believe in the Torah, you believe in atonement and redemption. These people are trying to be redeemed. There are many of them there. Some of the people there have been there 50 years. I don't know whether Mr. Bobby Mitchell is still living, but he's going on 50 years.
Wow.
50 years of being in prison. He hasn't had a dictionary when I was there in probably about 20 years. What do you want out of him? 50 years of his life in prison. He came when he was a young man. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody needs the opportunity to get it together. There's not a human being. Raise your hand if you have never did anything wrong. But you want forgiveness. And you want an opportunity to redeem yourself. Every member of the ADC, every member of that board, the 7-member board, when they make a mistake, they want to be forgiven. They want the opportunity to fix it. They want the opportunity to make it right. Give these men an opportunity to make it right. And if you do that, ADC, I guarantee you, the Nation of Islam, Muhammad Study Group, these people are here, we will stand with you. And we will help you according to the way you need us to help you. But that burden of making the decision to allow us to help is on your shoulder.
What is the issue as far as...
This is the last question I'm going to be able to take.
What is the issue for as when I got the original email, it said that you was going to have a protest or a press conference here on the Arkansas Department of Correction Central Headquarters, but you're now at the Arkansas State Police. Are you planning on walking over there? Is there any strategy?
I do want to walk. I do want to take a walk over there. I've been in that building many years. I would like you all to take a brief walk with me. But I want to say this to the state police, to those who are standing up, who are guarding us to make sure that nobody will do us harm. I appreciate you. It's not just about the taxes that come out of our pocket, brothers. When you lock people up for committing crimes, we have the responsibility to reform those people so that you don't have to lock them up. And when we do that, we take a burden off of you. None of these people here are going to commit a crime. You're not going to get a call from them that they done committed some type of crime, because we have did the work that needs to be done.
All right.
You have people in your midst who believe in following Christ, And we are here to say that we stand with you. We appreciate your great leader, the captain who gave us the opportunity to be here. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart that you will open up this place for us.
That's right.
When the ADC denied us.
That's right.
We thank you. You all give them a hand. Since we are paying taxes and we want to do the right thing, let's take a walk and let's see where anybody come out and talk to us. And maybe they want to talk. Maybe we could resolve these issues right today. Just like, you know, we don't want to be people that complain and not provide solutions. We have solutions. Let's take them into them and see what they say.
We have the opportunity for her to come out and say a few words.